So Kevin Hart recently came out with his newest special that was released on Netflix, Zero Fucks Given, and it has definitely been met with some negative reviews, at least a lot more than Kevin is used to. I watched it today and I thought it was decent. Pretty much a standard Kevin Hart special. Good for a few chuckles, but it went too long and there was really nothing to write home about. A couple of the jokes actually flat out fell on their own face. But what can you expect with a socially distanced crowd that small? I thought the concept was interesting given the pandemic circumstances, and it was decently executed. Some of the fine touches like the background, his outfit, and the crowd atmosphere was nice to look at. Did this make me laugh my ass off? Absolutely not. But Kevin has never really been laugh out loud hilarious to me. The only thing I do respect is the hustle. You can't deny that this man has worked hard as fuck to get where he is, point blank. I just don't think Kevin is as hungry as he used to be when it comes to stand-up. You know, having to do so much other stuff nowadays. But that's not really the point of today's video. What I really want to talk about today is all the soft-ass people trying to get Kevin Hart out of here for doing his damn job, telling a joke, and then how he reacted to all of this because, let me tell you, it wasn't pretty. It all started when the people of the internet got very upset over one single line where he called his 13-year-old daughter a hoe, or at least said she was acting like one because she had multiple crushes at her middle school. But let me side note that by saying it was obviously a joke. I mean, this is a comedy show. And in the context of the situation, it was actually one of the funniest parts of his whole set. It got laughs out of me, my girlfriend, and my parents. And that's exactly who Kevin does it for, the family sitting at home. Nothing too courageous, basically just walking the line. But you know, in 2020, people just have to be so outraged. Like, how could he do this to her? Oh my god, he's totally gaslighting. When honestly, it just really was not that deep. Here's some tweets I found just by searching up Kevin Hart's name.
Just to be clear, Kevin Hart ain't been funny with stand-up since his ex-wife quit writing for him. Underneath everything, misogynoir is a part of him.
Look, first of all, that's just a short-minded statement, an absolute stretch. Honestly, this guy's had many successful specials since 2010. I'm not saying Kevin Hart is a top-tier comedian by any means, but he has a unique quality of being able to make people of all kinds of backgrounds laugh. Will he ever be Dave Chappelle or Patrice O'Neal? Hell no. But his comedy style is very accessible and universal, and that obviously pays off. He works hard as fuck for what he gets. He's not a very good person, but this fucker is a machine, similar to The Rock.
Kevin Hart calling his 13-year-old daughter a hoe for having crushes while also being the guy who cheated on his ex-wife with his current wife and then cheated on his current wife who was heavily pregnant with someone he met at a club is just men and their audacity.
Look, I'm not sure if these people didn't actually watch the special or what, but for one, this is comedy, not a political debate. If you have a genuine criticism as to why you didn't like the stand-up special, then that's fine. But when someone is blatantly choosing to ignore context just to cancel someone, there's really no having any sort of healthy discussion or even debate with that type of person. And within the context of the joke and how he went on to explain he ended up feeling the same way she felt after he met these boys, it was funny. But in 2020, I guess jokes just aren't allowed. And so now with all of Twitter hating on him, Kevin did the worst thing you could possibly do and decided to start responding to individuals talking shit to him. Even going on this app called Clubhouse and joining a call with like 75 Twitter fucks to hash it out.
Hey, Kim! Okay, well, Kevin, I want you to remember one thing, okay? Unlike all of these other men in here who need something from you, who want your approval, want your validation, I don't need anything from you, and I want to hold you to account for the kinds of things that you're saying in this room.
And it was basically men versus women. The women just calling Kevin out for his comments about his daughter, and Kevin trying to respond. But he made a big mistake when he said this was all a bunch of bullshit and compared them trying to take him down to Hannibal Buress opening up the can of worms that was the Bill Cosby survivor accusations. It was a terrible simile, Kevin. This only added an insane amount of fuel to the critics' fire. And really, this quote right here kind of sums up this conversation.
Cosby was doing all this shit for so many years, going about totally just destroying the lives of so many women out there who wanted their own futures within entertainment or comedy or what have you. Like, to me, that's like, it's, first of all, it's obfuscatory, right? You're conflating things that should not be conflated. And secondly, it is like it's insidious semantically. It's very insidious because he, yeah, that's all.
Okay, so I'm going to respond to you. There's a lot of words that you use that I'm gonna be honest, I don't know the definition to. So within what you said, here's I'm just going to give you reality. Do you think that I think Cosby is innocent?
I didn't say you thought that.
I just asked the question.
No,
Do
I
you
don't
think
that.
Okay. Do you think that I think Cosby was wrongfully accused and should be let free?
No, I don't think you think that either.
Okay, so then what is the intent behind what you're saying or doing? If you clearly know that I'm not an individual that's not on the side of thinking or believing that what he did was wrong, what's the intent behind your conversation? What's the intent behind your questions? If I just ask you two, just listen to me. If I just ask you two straightforward questions, which is simple, do you think that I think he's innocent, or do you think that I think that he was wrongfully accused? Your answer is both no.
But you said
Hey,
Hannibal
listen.
Buress
Let me
took him
finish.
down.
I let you speak the entire time. Just listen to what I'm saying. I'm giving you a verbal version of clickbait. That's what this is. You also use the narrative every time a black woman speaks. Well, I don't know about anybody else, but I don't look at the profile of who's speaking. So I don't know who's black and who's not. We're on an audio app. So stop attaching the black woman conversation to a conversation via audio. I don't know who or what you are. So stop creating narrative that can act as clickbait, because that's what it is. There is no wrongful intent to not let a black woman speak. There is no wrongful intent behind a conversation of a comedian using a joke that started the conversation that then got a man arrested. There is no wrongful intent. It's a conversation. But we're living in a day and time where everything you say, well, wait a minute, we can hold you on and we can make you fucking fall.
So Kevin, you broke the first rule of life, man. You never feed the trolls. It's like you were a piñata way too up high in a tree, and you chose to let yourself be hung down so all these people can beat you with their sticks. Was Kevin Hart's special kinda ass? Yes. It was not very funny at all. All I'm saying is, it's funny that we hold comedians of all people to a higher standard than politicians, or even those in the military or police force. And this cancellation attempt is really just kinda stupid. And Kevin, you shouldn't have named this special Zero Fucks Given, cause you obviously give a lot of fucks about what everyone thinks about you and your reputation. Cat Williams, now that's a man who really gave no fucks. And you guys need to remember that most comedians aren't even really good people. They usually have a lot of internal issues, but they say true shit that other people think privately but can't say out loud. I don't know, I guess I just don't need someone to be a good person to tell me some true shit. It's kinda just an added bonus. And it's not like I'm out here watching everything Kevin Hart. In fact, I normally steer clear of his stand-up in movies these days. But it's just a fucking joke, guys. Kevin really needs to stop giving a fuck and definitely never do this Clubhouse shit again. It wasn't a good look for anyone involved. I promise you that. I don't know, let me know what you guys think down below. I just think it's all comedy style at the end of the day. I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing today. It's been your boy, the Tan Superman, and I'm out. Peace.